Welcome back to the channel. We had a short on some sourdough not too long ago, and we said that we would come up with a video on how I do the sourdough bread for us. I used that sourdough gal's video and her recipe, and it has been perfect both times that I've done it, so we're gonna do it again. So I fed Sheila last night. She was about here. Now she's about here. She peaked a little bit ago and she's falling, but we're gonna go ahead and use her anyway because she's ready to go. So we're gonna add 240 grams of starter into our bowl that is already on my scale, that is already zeroed out. So we're gonna add 240 grams of active starter into my bowl that is on the scale, that is zeroed out. And it's probably gonna use almost all of this. This will make 2 loaves. Oh, look at that, perfect. This is what is left of Sheila, and I will be able to feed her, and she will still be active and growing and ready for my next bake. I'm going to zero out my scale, and now I'm going to add my 600 grams of warm water that I already nuked in the microwave. It's at about 95 degrees, which is the optimal temperature of the water that I want for my loaf to be about 78 degrees. And I need more. I'll be back. All right, my water and my starter are in the bowl. I'm gonna take this off my scale, give it a quick little stir. She's floating, which is what we want. And I'm gonna give it a quick stir till it's like a milky consistency before I add in the 100 grams of bread flour. Sounds like it is a lot, and it is, but it is gonna make 2 loaves. Good with that. Back on my scale. Zero out. In with the flour. Ooh. Perfect. Take it off my scale yet again. I'm going to mix this up until it is a shaggy dough. So I'll be back in about a minute when it's all mixed up so you can see what it looks like. Alrighty, I decided to go in with my hand, squish it around a little bit more. Shaggy dough consistency is what we want. We just want all the flour distributed.
What does shaggy mean?
This. It just is not formed. It's kind of ugly. It's just shaggy, like rough looking.
Okay.
And we're gonna let this sit for about an hour. I'm going to keep this in the oven with the light on because I find out that that keeps it the temperature that I want it, which is between 78 and 80 degrees. And in an hour, we're going to come back and put 40 grams of water, which is the rest of the water for our recipe, and the 20 grams of salt. And the reason that we do that is called fermentalise, I believe is the correct term.
Say that again.
Fermentalise.
Okay.
So I'm letting the dough sit and rest, the active starter, the water, and the flour get friendly with each other. And then I'm going to add the salt, which kind of slows down the bulk fermentation and makes it a little bit slower of a process. So that's why we let it get together and hang out for an hour, and then we'll come back and this dough will look totally different and weird and slimy once we do the next one, the next step. And by the time we're done with the next step, it'll look pretty. So come back. All right, we just took her out of her resting place, which is the oven with the light on. I'm gonna give her a quick temperature and see what she's like. She's at 82 degrees. So I'm gonna put her back in there when I'm done with this next step. Just make sure she stays nice and warm. So the next step is to put the rest of the water, which is 40 grams, and then the 20 grams of salt in there. You can see she looks a little bit softer, not so rough.
Not so shaggy.
Not so shaggy in her shaggy dough phase. So I'm gonna put her back on my scale because I didn't measure out the water. but I did measure out the salt, so I'm gonna sprinkle on the salt. I just use regular sea salt. There's the 20 grams. Look at that. And then let's do the 40 grams of water. There we go. Now this is the gross part. I think it's the gross part. I'm gonna put my fingers in here and dimple it in. And then I'm gonna start working it in there. Just doing some picking up and putting it down. You can already tell she's a little slimy and she's sliding all over the bowl. And she's starting to come apart. I'm gonna sit here and do some slap and folds. I have to stand on my tippy toes to do this. I'm gonna just do this until she gets nice and smooth and not trying to come apart from herself. Some people do this on their counter, but I didn't do it.
So violent.
True. All right, this is what we want her to look like. She's smoother. She's got some gluten strength. See, she won't fall when I pick her up very easily. She's not coming apart anymore like at the beginning. So I'm gonna be done with her for right now. I'm gonna put her little hat back on, put her back in there for an hour, and then we're gonna come do our stretch and folds. 4 rounds, stretch and fold, and then she sits for the rest of the day. All right, we just took her out of the warm oven. She looks really nice. She got a little bubble right there. That's exciting. So I'm just gonna wet my hands, which are clean because I just had lunch. I'm gonna do a couple rounds of stretch and folds, and then we'll see how she's doing. Just picking it up and putting it back down on herself. Turning the bowl, picking her up, putting it back down, and another roll.
And how long do you do this?
Usually 4 times, so all the way around the bowl. See, she's already like not super stretchy, and then down she goes. Then she'll sit for another 30 minutes. I'll do it again, 3 more times, and then she just sits until she's ready to be shaped. So it has been about 7 hours. Bulk fermenting for me usually takes between 5 and 10. It depends. Bulk fermenting starts as soon as you mix your starter, flour, and water together. So we did that at 10 o'clock. It's now almost 5:30. So what's the signs you want to look at is she's not sticky. I can touch her. Nothing's coming off on my hands. She's super jiggly. And she's starting to come away from the bowl really easily. Up there, whoop. So I'm gonna just put a little bit of water down. This is just filtered water that I keep in a thing. I'm gonna put some water down so nothing gets stuck. And I'm gonna let her fall all the way out. So here we go. She'll fall out pretty easily. I can hear her. And plop.
Almost totally clean bowl too.
Almost totally clean. It looks like I have some stuff right there. So I'll go ahead and pick that off. So this is a double loaf. I'm gonna do a regular, I think this is called a batard. It's this the rectangular one, and then this is a circle one. I'm gonna do both. I'm just gonna show you this one. So I'm gonna wet my hands so nothing sticks. This is the part that I struggle with the most, is shaping. I'm gonna get half of this. Put that over there. And then you want to kind of pull it out, kind of flop it into a rectangle. Oh, she's a little sticky. Get this wet too. Fold her over, and then roll it up.
It smells like sourdough.
Good. A little bit more water. So this is called push and pulls. I'm gonna push it up and pull it back, trying to make the surface tight. That helps with the bread. I don't know the technicality of it, so I just go with it. But that sourdough gal whose recipe I'm doing, she used this, the bench scraper, and it's been game changer for me because I can finally do this. I was getting it all over the counter the last time.
And we'll leave a link in the description for, what is the channel?
That sourdough gal.
There you go. So look for that down in the description.
So she looks pretty good. She's got some bubbles. So this is called the caddy clasp method, I believe. And all I'm going to do is scoop her up and fold her in half and put her in the thing. I have heard stories about when you just let it sit for a few minutes and you come back and you stitch it up. I think I'm gonna do that with this. I've never done it before, but she's kind of bleh, all over the place, and I want her to be a little tight, like a little burrito.
How was that again? She's what?
Bleh.
Oh, okay.
And I want her to be tight, like a burrito. So we'll come back in a few minutes and get this one all done. So now I'm gonna stitch this up because she's kind of blobbing out and I want her to not be. So I think you just pick each side and you go over each other like this, like you're pretty much like you're sewing. Oh, look at that air bubble. Oh, she's so cute. And I think you pull the side over, and this side over. I'll take, see, she looks better. She doesn't look all like she's fallen out of her britches. So she's good for tonight. I'm gonna put a little bit of rice flour on top, put her little sleeping mask on, and she's gonna go to bed in the refrigerator, and I will bake her in the morning. So we'll see you then. Welcome back. It is the next morning at almost 10:30. I am going to get my dough out of the refrigerator. I'm going to get it on my bread sling. I'm going to flour it, score it, and give it a little mist of water. And then I'm gonna pop them back into the oven in my La Crusades that are in there. I have a Dutch oven that I just got, that's Rose. And then I got a bread oven, and her name is Cerise. Yes, I named my La Crusades. Anyway, let's get to doing that stuff. All right, the doughs have been cold proofing in the refrigerator overnight, so they are nice and ready to, ooh, they're still a little jiggly, yay. So the one that I made last night that I showed you was this one in the Batard, I believe is what this banneton is called. And this is gonna be our loaf of just regular sourdough bread. And this one, I tried the viral croissant loaf. There is shredded butter all in here. I don't know if you can see it, but fingers crossed, I've never done one like this. So hopefully everything turns out okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with this. Let's give this a little shake of flour. And I'm gonna put it on my bread sling. Turn it over. And look at her, she looks really nice. Take my bread lane, and I'm just gonna give it a quick little score right here. Nothing fancy, just a score. Maybe do a little design over here for fun. And then, oh, that is my timer to let me know that the thing is ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and get out my, let's see what I wanna put you in. I'll put you in the bread one. I'm gonna go ahead and get out one of my Dutch ovens. The temperature is 450. I'm going to cook them for 25 minutes with the lid on, and then I'm going to go ahead and take the lid off and do it for another 10 to 15 minutes. I do usually end up doing the full 15 minutes. So the water, or ice if you want to use it, gives it the crust a blistered look, so that's pretty cool. Let's get this one. It's usually a pretty quick process once you flip, get them ready, send them on their merry little way. Okay, let's just do. Oh, you can feel the butter in there. That's kind of funny. I don't know what I'm doing. Half of the time I just kind of wing it, see what happens. If it turns out, it turns out. Woo! Give her a miss. Put the lid back on. I'll see you back in about 25 minutes when it's time to get out of the oven. All right, it has been the first 25 minutes. So let's see what we got going on in here. This is the exciting part. Oh, look at her. Oh, hang on, let's see this one too. Oh, you can see the butter in there. Oh my goodness. All right, we're gonna go back in for another about 15 minutes. All right, after that 25 minutes, let's get him out, see where we're at. Oh, she looks so pretty. Love her. Oh, this one is, you can hear the butter boiling in there. Not sure what my design was, but that didn't turn out. Alrighty, I'm gonna take them out and put them on these racks to cool for 1 hour, and then we'll be back to cut them up, see what they're like. This croissant loaf is interesting. I'm excited for it. We'll see. All right, welcome back. It has been an hour plus. I got busy with work and other stuff. So I've been wanting a different bread knife. I do have a bread knife from my Ninja. You know, this one is great, I love it. But sometimes cutting sourdough bread is really, really difficult. So I was like, oh, maybe I'll get one of those, you know, saw ones on Amazon or something else. And then Chip was like, why don't you try your electric knife? So here I am with my electric knife ready to go. I'm super excited about this croissant loaf, so we're gonna cut this one first. So if you look at it, oh my goodness. Okay, first of all, she smells amazing. She is, look, it's flaky. She's flaky. Like, I don't even know what to say about this. I gotta have it. All right, I'm gonna try this. See how it goes. I'm scared. Okay, let's see how she turned out. Oh my goodness, she is like, she's squishy. Oh, that's nice. I got a butter pocket like right here. I can see it. There's like a big old thing of butter. That looks good. All right, we're gonna have to try that one. All right, let's just go in. I'll try the end, see what it's like. Very soft. Greasy fingers. Pretty good. Pretty good. I like it. All right. Now the regular sourdough. Nice, pretty. That's really good. Let's try this one. Oh, she got way better. Sorry if that was really loud. All right, let's see her. Yep, I did good. Squish test. Pops back up. Good oven spring. She's actually pretty big. That's a really nice looking loaf. So definitely try sourdough. You won't be disappointed.